Welcome back to our channel, my dear friends. Today, we are talking about a truth that can completely change the way you chase your dreams. You can watch successful people every day. You can watch motivational videos for hours. You can read about successful businesses, strong athletes, confident speakers, and powerful leaders. You can save hundreds of inspiring quotes. But if you never take action, your own life stays the same. Watching someone exercise will not make your body stronger. Watching someone speak English will not make you fluent unless you practice. Watching successful people work will not build your dream. Inspiration can show you the way, but you still have to walk. So stop being only a spectator of the life you want. Let's begin. Lesson 1. Stop watching and start doing. We live in a world where it is very easy to watch other people succeed. You open your phone and see someone building a business. Someone is getting fit. Someone is traveling around the world. Someone is speaking English confidently. Someone is creating videos. Someone is learning a new skill. Someone is living the kind of life you want. You watch them and feel inspired. You think, one day I want to be like that. But then the video ends. You watch another one, then another. An hour passes. You feel motivated, but you've done nothing for your own goal. This is the problem. Watching action can sometimes feel like taking action. But they are not the same thing. Imagine you want to become physically strong. You watch workout videos every day. You learn about different exercises. You know what people eat. You know how they train. You may know a lot about fitness. But if you never exercise, will your body become stronger? No. Your body changes when you do the work. The same is true for learning English. You can watch hundreds of videos about how to speak confidently. You can listen to fluent speakers. You can learn grammar rules. These things can help you. But at some point, you have to open your mouth and speak. You have to make sentences. You have to make mistakes. You have to practice. You cannot watch your way into a skill. Think about learning to swim. Imagine sitting beside a swimming pool for 1 year. You watch professional swimmers. You read books about swimming. You learn how to move your arms and legs. You understand everything. Then someone pushes you into the water. Can knowledge alone make you a great swimmer? Probably not. You need experience in the water. Life works the same way. Information is useful. But experience comes from doing. Maybe you want to start a business. You have watched videos about business for 2 years. You know about marketing. You know about customers. You know about money. But you have never tried to sell anything. Your next lesson may not be inside another video. It may be inside your first attempt. Start small. Try something. See what happens. Learn from the result. Then improve. You do not need to know everything before beginning. This is another reason people keep watching. They tell themselves, I need to learn a little more first. Then a little more becomes another month, another course, another book, another year. Learning becomes a safe place because doing feels scary. When you only watch, you cannot fail. Nobody can reject you. Nobody can criticize your work. You do not have to discover whether you are good enough. But you also cannot grow. Growth begins when knowledge meets action. At some point, you have to risk being a beginner. Your first video may not be great. Your first business idea may fail. Your first English conversation may be full of mistakes. Your first workout may feel difficult. That is okay. You are not supposed to look like an expert on your first day. The people you admire also had a first day. They had moments when they did not know what they were doing. They made mistakes. They learned. They continued. You are seeing their results today, but you did not see every difficult step that created those results. So do not compare your first attempt with someone's 10th year. Instead, use successful people correctly. Do not only ask, how successful are they? Ask, what can I learn from them and use in my own life? If you watch someone explain a useful study method, try it. If you learn an English phrase, use it in a sentence. If you watch an exercise tutorial, practice the movement safely. If you learn a business idea, think about how you can test it. Turn information into action. You can create a simple rule for yourself. For every hour you spend learning, spend some time practicing. Do not only collect knowledge. Use it. You may be surprised by how much faster you improve when you stop trying to know everything and begin working with what you already know. And remember, action does not have to be huge. You do not need to completely change your life today. Speak English for 10 minutes. Exercise for 20 minutes. Write one page. Make one phone call. Study one chapter. Create your first piece of work. Take one real step. Then, tomorrow, take another. Small action is more powerful than big intention when intention never becomes real. There are millions of people who know what they should do. They know they should exercise. They know they should save money. They know they should learn. They know they should stop wasting time. Knowledge is not always the problem. Doing is the difference. So the next time you watch someone doing something amazing, do not only say, I wish I could do that. Ask yourself, what can I do today that moves me one step closer? Then close the video, put down the phone, and do it. Watching greatness may inspire you, but it cannot build your greatness for you. Learn from people you admire, then take action. Because your life changes when you stop only watching what is possible and start proving what is possible for you. And before we start lesson 2, please like this video because your one like gives me motivation to create more helpful videos for you. Lesson 2. Motivation is useless without action. Motivation feels good. You watch an inspiring speech. You hear a powerful story. You see someone achieve something amazing. Suddenly you feel full of energy. You think, I am going to change my life. You make plans. You imagine your future. You feel excited about the person you could become. But then the next day comes. You wake up tired. The excitement is weaker. Your phone is beside you. Your work looks difficult, and you say, I will start tomorrow. This happens to many people. The problem is not motivation itself. Motivation can be useful. It can give you the first push. But motivation alone cannot create results. You have to turn that feeling into action. Imagine you watch a video about waking up early. You feel inspired and decide, tomorrow I will wake up at 5 a.m., but you stay on your phone until 2 a.m. What happened? Your words wanted one thing, but your actions created something different. Your life follows your actions more than your intentions. You can want success deeply. You can think about your dream every day. You can tell everyone what you are going to achieve. But if your daily actions do not match your goal, the dream stays a dream. This is why you should use motivation quickly. When something inspires you, ask, what can I do right now? If you feel motivated to become fit, do not only save the workout video. Take a short walk. Prepare your workout clothes. Plan your next training session. If you feel inspired to improve your English, speak for 5 minutes. Learn a useful phrase and use it. Read something aloud. If you feel inspired to start a project, write down the first 3 steps and complete the easiest one. Give motivation somewhere to go. Turn emotion into movement. There is another problem with depending too much on motivation. You start believing that you need to feel ready before you can work. But successful people do not feel excited every day. Some mornings they are tired. Sometimes the work is boring. Sometimes progress is slow. Sometimes they would rather do something easier. But they still show up. Why? Because they understand that important work cannot depend only on feelings. Think about brushing your teeth. You probably do not wait for a motivational speech before brushing them. You do it because it is part of your routine. Your important goals need to become more like that. You practice because it is practice time. You exercise because it is training day. You study because that time is for studying. You work because you made a commitment. You stop asking, "Do I feel like doing it?" and begin saying, "This is what I do." That is when motivation starts becoming discipline, and discipline is much more reliable. Imagine 2 people who want to learn English. The first person practices only when they feel motivated. Some weeks they practice 3 times. Then they stop for 2 weeks. Then another motivational video inspires them and they begin again. The second person practices for 20 minutes almost every day. Some sessions are excellent. Some are difficult. Sometimes they make many mistakes, but they keep practicing. After 1 year, who will probably improve more? The second person. Not because they had more motivation, because they took more action. Consistency beats excitement when excitement does not last. You should also stop waiting for the perfect moment. You may think, "I will start when I have more time. I will begin when I feel confident. I will do it when everything is ready." But life will always have problems. There will always be distractions. There will always be something that could be better. Start with the situation you have. You do not need the perfect gym to exercise. You do not need perfect English to start speaking. You do not need the perfect camera to begin creating. You do not need to know everything before learning through experience. Use what you have. Begin where you are. Improve while moving. And remember, taking action can actually create motivation. Sometimes, you do not feel like exercising, but you start anyway. After 10 minutes, you feel better. Sometimes, you do not want to study, but you open the book and begin. Soon, your focus improves. This teaches us something important. You do not always need motivation before action. Sometimes action creates motivation. So on difficult days, do not wait for the feeling. Start small. Do 5 minutes. Write 1 paragraph. Learn 1 thing. Complete 1 task. Once you begin, continuing may become easier. Always remember, motivation can make you feel powerful for a moment, but action is what makes your life powerful over time. Watch inspiring people. Learn from them. Let their stories give you energy. But do not stop there. Take that energy and use it. Because the goal is not to feel inspired. The goal is to become the person your inspiration is asking you to be. Lesson 3. Stop comparing your beginning to someone else's success. When you watch great people, it is easy to compare yourself with them. You see someone with a successful business, someone speaking English confidently, someone with a strong body, someone creating amazing work. someone living the life you dream about. Then you look at yourself and think, why am I so far behind? But there is something important you may be forgetting. You are seeing their result, not their beginning. You see the successful business today. You may not have seen the years when nobody bought anything. You see the confident speaker. You did not hear all the mistakes they made while learning. You see the strong athlete. You did not watch every difficult training session. You see the successful creator. You may not know how many times their early work failed. When you compare your first chapter with someone else's chapter 20, you create an unfair comparison. Imagine you start learning English today. You watch someone who has been speaking English for 15 years. They speak quickly. Their pronunciation sounds natural. They do not stop to search for words. Then you try to speak and make mistakes. You think, I am terrible at English. But why should you expect yourself to perform like someone who has thousands of hours of experience? Your job today is not to become them. Your job is to become better than you were yesterday. If yesterday you could speak for 1 minute and today you speak for 2, that is progress. If last month you knew 50 words and today you know more, that is progress. If you were afraid to speak before, but now you are willing to try, that is progress too. Respect small improvement. Small improvement repeated for a long time can become something huge. The same lesson applies to success. Maybe you start a business and only have a few customers. Then you look online and see someone with millions of followers in a large company. You feel small. But their success does not make your beginning worthless. Every large business was once smaller than it is today. Every expert was once learning. Every confident person once had something they were afraid to do. Greatness has a beginning too. Social media can make comparison even harder. You see people's achievements all day: new cars, beautiful homes, successful careers, perfect bodies, expensive trips. But you usually see selected moments. You do not see every problem. You do not see every failure. You do not know what their complete life looks like. Do not compare your full life with someone else's best moments. Instead of using successful people as a reason to feel bad, use them as proof that improvement is possible. Change the question. Do not ask, why am I not like them? Ask, what can I learn from them? Maybe they are disciplined. Learn discipline. Maybe they communicate well. Study how they communicate. Maybe they have practiced their skill for years. Start practicing yours. Maybe they are consistent. Become more consistent. Take the lesson without trying to copy their entire life. You have your own strengths, your own problems, your own opportunities, your own journey. Your version of success may look completely different. Another danger of comparison is that it can make you quit too early. You practice something for 3 months. You are improving. But then you see someone much better. Suddenly, your progress feels useless. You stop. Think about what happened. You were moving forward until you looked sideways. Do not let someone else's speed make you stop walking. Some people will move faster than you. That is okay. Some will start before you. That is okay too. You cannot control their journey. Focus on yours. Ask yourself simple questions. Am I learning? Am I practicing? Am I improving? Am I moving in the right direction? If the answer is yes, keep going. You do not need to win against everyone. You need to keep becoming more capable. Imagine 2 runners. One keeps looking at everyone beside him. He becomes worried every time someone moves ahead. The second runner focuses on his breathing, his pace, and the road in front of him. Which runner is using their energy better? The second one. Life works in a similar way. You lose energy when you constantly measure yourself against everyone. Use that energy to build yourself instead. And remember, the people you admire are human too. They have weaknesses. They have difficult days. They make mistakes. Do not put someone so high that you convince yourself you could never improve. You may never become exactly like them. You do not need to. Become the strongest version of yourself. Let great people inspire you. Study what they did well. Take useful lessons from their journey. Then return to your own work. Because watching someone else reach the top will not move you up the mountain. You still have to climb. Do not feel small because someone else is already great. Let their success remind you what years of effort can create. Start where you are, improve what you can, and give your own journey enough time to grow. You do not need someone else's life. You need to start building your own. Lesson 4. Practice is where greatness is built. You can learn a lot by watching. You can watch a great speaker and learn how they communicate. You can watch an athlete and understand how they train. You can watch a successful creator and study their work. You can watch someone speaking English and learn new words and phrases. But there is a point where watching is no longer enough. You have to practice. Knowing how something works and being able to do it are two different things. Imagine watching someone play the guitar. You watch where they place their fingers. You understand how they hold the guitar. You learn about different notes. But when someone gives you a guitar for the first time, can you immediately play beautifully? Probably not. Your hands need practice. Your brain needs practice. You need to repeat the movement until it becomes easier. That is how skills are built. The same thing happens with English. You may understand a lot when you listen. But when someone suddenly asks you a question, you cannot find the words. You know what you want to say, but the sentence does not come quickly. Why? Because understanding English and speaking English are different skills. To become a better speaker, you need to speak. Say sentences aloud, have conversations, repeat useful phrases, describe your day, make mistakes, correct them, try again. Every time you practice, your brain becomes a little faster at finding the words you need. At first, it may feel uncomfortable. You may stop in the middle of a sentence. You may pronounce a word incorrectly. You may forget simple vocabulary. That is normal. Do not be embarrassed by practice. Practice is supposed to show you what you cannot do yet. If everything were already easy, you would not need practice. Think about going to the gym. Your muscles become stronger because you challenge them. You lift something that feels difficult. Your body adapts. Later, the same weight becomes easier. Skills grow in a similar way. You challenge yourself. You struggle. You repeat. You improve. Then something that once felt difficult begins to feel normal. This is why you should not run away from the uncomfortable part of learning. That uncomfortable feeling may be a sign that you are doing something new. Imagine someone wants to become a confident public speaker. They watch hundreds of speeches. They read books about confidence. They know where to stand and how to use their voice. But they never speak in front of anyone. Then one day, they have to give a presentation. Their hands shake. Their mind becomes blank. They wonder, why am I still nervous? I learned everything. Because confidence also needs experience. So they start practicing. First, they speak alone, then in front of a friend, then in front of a small group. Slowly, their fear becomes smaller. They do not become confident because they watched more. They become confident because they did the thing they were afraid to do. You should also understand that practice does not need to be perfect. Sometimes people avoid practicing because they want every attempt to look good. But practice is exactly where you are allowed to be bad. Your first drawing can look terrible. Your first video can be awkward. Your first conversation can be full of mistakes. Your first business idea can fail. Your first workout can feel weak. That is okay. Your first attempt is not supposed to show your final ability. It is supposed to give you somewhere to begin. Then you improve one thing, and another, and another. This is how greatness is built. You also need repetition. Doing something once may teach you a little. Doing it repeatedly teaches your mind and body how to perform it naturally. Think about driving. At first, you have to think about everything. Where are the mirrors? When should I brake? When should I turn? After enough practice, many actions become natural. You do not have to think about every small movement. That is what repetition does. It turns difficult actions into familiar ones. So if you want to become good at something, stop asking, how can I become great quickly? Ask, how can I practice this regularly? Maybe 20 minutes every day. Maybe 3 times a week. Maybe 1 hour every morning. Choose something realistic and continue. And do not only repeat the same mistakes. Good practice also means paying attention. Ask yourself, what am I doing wrong? What needs improvement? What can I do differently next time? Get feedback when possible, then use it. Practice, correct, repeat. That cycle can take you much further than simply watching more information. There will be boring days. You may repeat the same skill hundreds of times. Nobody may notice. Nobody may praise you. But these quiet moments are important. People often see the final performance. They do not see the practice behind it. They see the confident speaker, not the hours spent practicing. They see the athlete winning, not the early mornings. They see the successful creator, not the hundreds of pieces of work that came before success. Greatness is often built when nobody is watching. So learn from people you admire. Watch carefully. Study what they do. But after you understand the lesson, close the screen and practice it yourself. Watching can teach you what to do. Practice teaches you how to do it. Do not be afraid of being a beginner. Do not be afraid of mistakes. Do not wait until you feel talented. Start practicing with the ability you have today. Because every repetition is building something. And if you continue long enough, one day people may look at you and see the greatness that you built through practice. Lesson 5. Discipline turns ordinary effort into greatness. You will not feel motivated every day. Some mornings you will feel excited about your goals. You will want to work. You will feel strong and focused. But on other days, you may feel tired. You may want to stay in bed. You may want to watch videos instead of practicing. You may tell yourself, I will do it tomorrow. This is where discipline becomes important. Motivation helps you begin. Discipline helps you continue. Great people do not become great because they feel excited every single day. They become better because they continue doing the work even when the excitement is gone. Think about an athlete. The athlete does not train only when the weather is perfect. They do not practice only when they feel motivated. There are difficult days. There are boring sessions. There are days when progress feels slow. But they continue because training is part of what they do. You need the same mindset for your own goal. If you want to improve your English, practice regularly. If you want a stronger body, follow your training routine. If you want to become a great creator, keep creating. If you want to become successful in your career, keep improving your skills. Do not ask yourself every day, do I feel like doing this? Ask, what does my goal need from me today? Sometimes the answer may be only 20 minutes of focused work. That is okay. You do not need to do something huge every day. You need to keep showing up. Imagine two people want to learn a new skill. The first person practices for 5 hours when they feel motivated. Then they stop for 2 weeks. Then they watch another inspiring video and practice again. The second person practices for 30 minutes almost every day. After 1 week, the difference may be small. But after 1 year, the second person has completed hundreds of practice sessions. Who will probably become better? The person who stayed consistent. Small effort becomes powerful when you repeat it for a long time. This is why you need routines. A routine removes some of the daily decision-making. Instead of asking, when should I practice? You already know. Maybe you practice English after breakfast. Maybe you exercise in the evening. Maybe you read before bed. Maybe you work on your project every morning. When the action has a regular place in your day, it becomes easier to continue. At first, discipline may feel difficult, but after enough repetition, the action can become a habit. Then you stop fighting yourself every time. It becomes part of your normal life. There will still be days when you miss your routine. Do not panic. One missed day does not destroy your progress. The danger is when one missed day becomes a reason to stop completely. If you miss today, return tomorrow. If you have a bad week, start again. Do not wait for next month. Do not wait for Monday. Return as soon as you can. This is something disciplined people learn. They are not perfect. They simply become good at returning. You also need to remove distractions. Sometimes, the problem is not that you cannot work. The problem is that everything around you is fighting for your attention. Your phone makes a sound. You check one message, then another. You open social media, 30 minutes disappear. If something is constantly taking you away from your goal, make it harder to reach while you work. Put your phone in another room. Turn off unnecessary notifications. Choose a quiet place. Give yourself a clear period of focused time. You do not need more hours in the day. Sometimes, you simply need to protect the hours you already have. And remember, discipline does not mean working every second. Rest matters too. If your body is exhausted, recover. If your mind needs a break, take one. Discipline also means knowing when to rest so you can return stronger. The goal is not to destroy yourself through work. The goal is to build a routine you can continue for years. This is a long journey. Treat it like one. Another important part of discipline is keeping promises to yourself. Every time you say, I will practice today, and then practice, something happens. You begin trusting yourself. You learn, when I say I am going to do something, I do it. That self-trust becomes powerful. Your confidence grows because it is supported by evidence. You are no longer only hoping you can become disciplined. You are proving it through your actions. And this is where watching greatness becomes very different from building greatness. Watching is easy. Doing the work repeatedly is difficult. Anyone can watch an athlete train. Few people want to repeat the boring exercises for years. Anyone can watch a successful business owner. Few people see the difficult work behind the business. Anyone can admire a skilled person. Few people are willing to spend years becoming skilled themselves. But if you want the result, you have to respect the process. You can not only love the reward, you have to learn to accept the work that creates it. Greatness is not created only on the days when you feel powerful. It is built on ordinary days when you could make an excuse, but you choose to do the work anyway. Stay consistent. Protect your time. Return after bad days. Keep your promises to yourself. And let discipline carry you when motivation disappears. Because people may admire the result at the end, but your daily discipline is what creates it. Lesson 6. Stop admiring greatness and start building your own. There is nothing wrong with admiring successful people. Great people can inspire you. Their stories can teach you. Their work can show you what is possible. But there comes a moment when you have to stop asking, how did they become great? And start asking, what am I doing to become better? Because watching someone else's journey will never complete yours. You can watch a successful person wake up early every morning, but their alarm cannot wake you up. You can watch an athlete train, but their workout cannot make your body stronger. You can listen to a confident English speaker, but their practice cannot make you fluent. You can watch someone build a successful business, but their hard work cannot build yours. At some point, you have to do your own work. This is the biggest message of this entire video. We often admire the result, but forget the process. We see the trophy. We do not see the training. We see the successful company. We do not see the years of mistakes. We see the confident person. We do not see the uncomfortable moments that built that confidence. We see someone standing at the top. We do not see every step they took to get there. If you want something similar, you can not only admire what they have, you have to respect what it took to build it. That means accepting the boring days, the slow progress, the mistakes, the practice, the rejection, the days when nobody notices you, the days when you question yourself. These moments are not separate from success. They are part of success. Imagine two young people who both dream of becoming great speakers. The first person watches speeches every night. He follows famous speakers. He saves motivational clips. He knows hundreds of quotes. He tells everyone, "One day I will become a great speaker." The second person also watches and learns. But after watching, she practices. She stands in front of a mirror and speaks. She records herself. She listens to her mistakes. She works on her pronunciation. She speaks in front of small groups. At first, she feels nervous. Sometimes she forgets what she wants to say. Sometimes her voice shakes. But she continues. After a year, who will be closer to becoming a great speaker? The second person. They both had inspiration. But only one person turned inspiration into experience. That is the difference between admiring a skill and building one. You need to make the same change in your own life. Become a creator, not only a consumer. Do not only watch people write. Write something. Do not only watch people exercise. Move your body. Do not only watch people learn. Study. Do not only watch people build businesses. Start testing your ideas. Do not only watch confident people speak. Use your own voice. Your first attempt may be bad. That is okay. Your second attempt may still feel uncomfortable. Keep going. Greatness is not created by avoiding bad beginnings. It is created by improving them. Think about the people you admire today. They were beginners once. There was a time when they had no experience. There was a time when nobody knew their name. There was a time when their skills were much weaker than they are today. The difference is that they did not stay at the beginning forever. They kept working. You can do the same. Maybe you are at the beginning right now. Do not be ashamed of that. A beginning is not a bad place. It means there is somewhere to grow from. The danger is not being a beginner. The danger is spending years thinking about beginning but never taking the first step. You also need to understand that your greatness may look different from someone else's. You do not need to become famous. You do not need millions of followers. You do not need to become the richest person in the room. Greatness can mean becoming excellent at your work. It can mean becoming a wonderful teacher, a responsible parent, a skilled worker, a successful business owner, a confident speaker, a healthy person, a person who keeps their word, a person who uses their ability well. Greatness is not only about being known, it is about becoming capable. So define what greatness means for your own life. Ask yourself, what kind of person do I want to become? What skill do I want to master? What dream have I been watching instead of working on? What can I do today? Then make the answer practical. If you want better English, speak for 15 minutes today. If you want to become healthier, complete today's workout. If you want to create content, make something. If you want to learn, study one useful topic. If you want to build a business, take one real step toward finding your first customer. Do not wait for a huge opportunity. Use the small opportunity in front of you. Because your future is often built through simple actions that do not look important at the time. 1 hour of practice, 1 page written, 1 workout completed, 1 difficult conversation, 1 new skill learned, 1 day when you chose work instead of another excuse. These actions begin to add up. After months and years, people may look at you and say, "You are talented. You are confident. You are successful." They may not see the thousands of ordinary moments behind your result, but you will know. You will know that greatness did not suddenly arrive. You built it. And when progress is slow, do not return to being only a spectator. Keep working. You may not receive attention immediately. Nobody may clap for your early effort. Your first work may receive almost no response. Do it anyway. You are not only working for today's applause, you are building tomorrow's ability. Every practice session gives you experience. Every mistake teaches you. Every difficult day tests your discipline. Every time you return, you become harder to stop. So continue learning from people who are ahead of you. Let them inspire you. Study their habits. Understand their mistakes. Take useful lessons from their journey. But never forget, their story is not your destination. It is only proof that growth is possible. Eventually, you need to close the screen. Put down the phone. Stop watching someone else live the life you want, and begin working on yours. Watching greatness can inspire your mind, but only action can transform your life. Learn, practice, fail, improve, stay disciplined, keep showing up, and give yourself enough time to become good at what you do. Because one day, instead of watching someone else's greatness, you may look back and realize that you spent those years building your own. My dear friends, before you leave, remember this. Watching greatness does not make you great. Doing the work does. You can watch successful people, listen to motivational speeches, and learn from the best. But at some point, you have to stop watching and start practicing. Your first step may be small. Your first attempt may not be perfect. Your progress may be slow. That is okay. Greatness is not something you watch. It is something you build. So close the screen when the lesson is over. Take what you learned and use it in your own life. Practice your skill, stay disciplined, learn from mistakes, and keep showing up. Do not spend your whole life watching someone else become successful. It is time to work on your own story. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel.